joining us here in the studio is the first of our stand-up comedians who is going to be featured in a performance that is benefiting Fullerton Cares. It's a comedy show that's happening October 21st in Fullerton. So here with us in the studio live, we have Joshua Meyrowitz. Did I get it right?
You got it very well. I told you could cheat and say Meyrowitz, but you know, whatever. You went on head first.
I tried.
Can I tell you?
Yes.
Right? You got it right. And that last name is so obnoxious.
It isn't. It's a beautiful last
I
name.
mean, I'm not saying it's a bad thing. It's just a stereotypical, very Jewish. It's very convoluted.
Well, I have a...
Please excuse my voice, by the way. It was my birthday yesterday, and I went hoarse.
Oh, really?
So.
Too much screaming and partying for your birthday. How old did you turn?
31.
You look so much younger. You look like you're 19, 20.
Another Jewish thing, good Jew genes.
There you go. I have a theory that that there are certain things that make people funnier. And I know that for this show that you guys are doing for Fullerton Cares, that you have a very special guest who's going to be there, who is pretty well known. I'm referring to Tom Green.
Yes, of the Tom Green Show, late 90s on MTV.
Yeah.
And fantastic comedian as well.
And he's Canadian, is he not?
Yeah, he's Canadian.
And I think that Canadians are generally funnier.
Can I tell you something?
Yes.
One of my problems is I have a problem with over-apologizing. So I'm like, I don't even know if I'm autistic or Canadian. So.
and I see, because Canadians apologize. And of course, you just gave it away that we're going to have a lot of different comedians on the show, and you're having a bunch of comedians on the show, but you are a comedian who is on the spectrum.
Yes, I have Asperger's syndrome. It's I don't need to explain it.
Not to this show. Autism-live, you don't have to tell us because we're familiar with. But when were you diagnosed with Asperger's?
14 years old. First 14 years of my life, I was diagnosed with ADD inappropriately and gave medication according to that, and that messed me up. And when we sort of, among many events that happened, finally figured out to get me re-diagnosed by a much better doctor and Asperger's, and was given medication according to that, and it was apt.
Okay, so here you are, you're a stand-up comedian. How do you get from a diagnosis at 14 of Asperger's to deciding that you want to be a stand-up comedian?
Well, I think it's all been unintentionally inherent for me. Like, you know, when you're a little kid and you get asked in school, hey, what do you want to be when you grow up? And you give an answer, but it's always like, you know, you don't know if you actually want to be that thing. Like, I want to be a fireman. I want to be a policeman. I said, I want to be a comedian. And I had no idea what.
So were you saying that early on, that you wanted to be a comedian?
I said, well, but only when I was like a very little kid. But like I stopped for a long time. I always loved comedy, stand-up sketch. And it eluded me for many years. And when it got to the point where stand-up, by the way, is the first time I've ever allegedly been good at something. So
I don't believe that.
My mother's in another room. She's like, I can defend him. He's adorable. He's my Pookie with the Mookie. He's going to be the best comedian I think. He's going to be the next Judd Apatow. He's going to be the next Adam Sandler. He's going to be on Saturday Night Live. I just know it.
I love that.
But yes, never mess with my son. I love him so much.
I can't wait to meet your mother.
Yeah, she's in the next room. We'll just throw her at you.
I'll defend myself.
But I wish I had known so much sooner, because it's the first time I've also ever had a social life. I'm not being hyperbolic. I got into it 6 years ago. I didn't really have too many friends at all, and I definitely did not have a social life. And comedy opened my world up, and I wasn't stuck at home. I didn't feel useless. and my parents and my doctor have never seen me so happy in my entire life. What was the line of questioning that got me to this?
I said, how do you get from a diagnosis to being a comedian? So you answered the question beautifully.
Oh, I thought there was still some stuff in between.
No.
As you know, as an autistic person, we have a tendency to be pedantic. So
Well, I'm right there with you, and I'm not on the spectrum. But
sweet, high five.
There we go.